Hey everyone, welcome back to the live stream. This is episode 6, and I'm excited to have you here as we dive into some Apple news and tech updates. If this is your first time here, this live is all about giving you the latest in the tech world with a big focus on Apple news and products. These streams are all about recapping, what's going on in the tech world. And but yeah, I have a few topics today. So we're going to dive into, let's see, we're going to dive into Apple kind of stopping AI news summaries. We're going to dive into the potential HomePod with a screen. And then we're going to cover a little bit of what the TikTok ban can mean for companies like Apple and Google. In any case, thank you so much for joining. I see some of you guys are on here already. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get started. So, here's what's happening. Apple introduced a AI generated news summary feature in iOS 18. The summary also works for text messages and I can't even think about like notifications from your apps and stuff like that. But the one under pressure here today is Apple News summaries. So this feature was created to concise news summaries for users powered by their Apple Intelligence system. Sounds great, but unfortunately, it's not quite going as planned, I guess you could say. Recently, the feature caused a bit of uproar by generating some pretty major inaccuracies. For example, it incorrectly reported that tennis star Rafa Nadal had come out as gay, and also that the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin had been arrested. Obviously, both of these were completely false. So, why does this matter? Well, this isn't just about a few mistakes. These errors are serious enough to spark complaints from major news organizations, including the BBC. When you're dealing with something as sensitive as news reporting, even small errors can have big consequences, right? Especially when they're coming from trusted sources like Apple. Think about it. If you're relying on AI generated content without questioning its accuracy, it could lead to misinformation spreading at lightning speed. This is a huge problem in today's digital world, obviously. And, if Apple's out there encouraging misinformation online, is that does that really look good on Apple? Absolutely not. Now, Apple obviously has stepped in, temporarily disabled the feature. They acknowledge the issue and are working to refine their AI algorithms to prevent these kind of mistakes from happening again, especially. They've hit the pause to regroup and make sure that they can deliver something that users and news organizations can trust. But it's not a good look for something that already has a shaky start. Apple Intelligence, big, they blew it up. That was their main focus with iPhone 16. Um, and I just don't think they're hitting the mark. I don't at all. Not only is it too slow, well, I say too slow, and then they're making these errors. So maybe it isn't too slow. Maybe it's just not good enough. But in any case, this also speaks to a larger challenge with AI in general. Even tech giants like Apple are finding that implementing AI solutions responsibly requires constant improvement and oversight. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you trust AI for something as important as news? Have you ever run into similar issues with the AI tool in your daily life? Do you even use them? Do you even like them? Drop your comments, and I'd love to hear it. There's obviously a huge what can I say, fear aspect to AI, but I try to just inform people how AI works. I'm sure that when the internet came out, it was the same deal. um, Internet came out, there was a lot of misinformation out there about what it could do or whatnot, and AI in a similar way, there's fear associated with it. In any case, let's keep moving on. Let's see. So that's the story on Apple AI news summaries. While it's great to see Apple taking steps to address the issue, it's a reminder that even the most advanced technologies aren't perfect. Let's hope that they can iron these kind of things out and bring the feature back stronger than ever. I don't know if it was ever really strong to begin with. Yeah. Okay. Victoria here. Hey, babe. So this is really important right here. Typically, if an AI is involved, I cross-reference and check other resources or sources as well. So yes, I would strongly recommend that when you are taking information, whether it's from AI or just in general, cross-references with different aspects, different websites, different all around. Check your sources before you start like spreading misinformation. I was listening to a podcast earlier this morning, and it was about the wildfires in California. So this lady that is around tech sent her buddy a one of those shorts, TikToks or whatever, and it was about how much water data centers are taking to source AI data centers, and it was completely exaggerated. So they were claiming that, like 300 million gallons of water was being used by these data centers to keep cool, and that could water give water to I don't know how many X amount of people. While there was some truth to it, the numbers were exaggerated. So that not the amount of water was being used, and the amount of water that was being used by the data centers wasn't accurate. And there's no direct correlation between the water being used for the data centers and the wildfires that are occurring in California. So yes, very important to kind of cross-reference and check your sources. And Brigitte, no way, don't trust it at all. Okay, well, that is one way to look at it, but let's stay informed. Let's not fear it. Let's once again check our sources. But let's go ahead and move on. We're talking about the next thing is the HomePod with a potential 7-inch LCD display. This is a big step forward for the current HomePod lineup, which is obviously audio focus only. Now, here's where it gets exciting. The new HomePod isn't just about sound, it's designed to be a central hub for smart home management. It'll integrate seamlessly with Apple's HomeKit platform, obviously, allowing users to control and connect devices like lights, thermostats, and you name it, all your home smart device components. And the display, that opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Um, we're talking we're talking about video playback for entertainment, FaceTime calls for hand-free communication, visual feedback with whenever you do Siri commands, so you can see things like timers, reminders, and even weather updates right on the screen. This positions the new HomePod as a direct competitor to devices like the Google Nest. What is it called? Google Nest Hub and the Amazon Echo Show 3 or 4. Honestly, I don't know. And anyways, but the thing is Apple too late to the ecosystem here? Is Apple too late for a smart home speaker with a LCD display? I'm sure a lot of you, if you guys are into that type of device, you already have one of the previous mentioned Google Nest or the Amazon Echo. And while Apple does do this, they kind of they're late to the game in most of these. Um, I can't even think of the word right now. Of these areas of tech, like for example, the Vision Pro, late to the game to VR headsets. Um, the Apple Watch, I don't think it was the first one. I'm not sure. I don't think so. No, there was like the Pebble and stuff like that. But anyways, I digress. Let's look. So under the hood, it's expected to run an Apple A18 chip, which means you can expect powerful performance and most likely Apple Intelligence. It would be a big miss if they didn't add Apple Intelligence on this device. Whether it's multitasking, syncing, or other Apple devices, with other Apple devices, the HomePod will likely be up to task, maybe. I don't know. So the timeline. Initially, there were reports that the HomePod could launch in early 2025, but as it looks right now, I think they're going to push it back to the third quarter of 2025. While it's a bit of a wait, it gives Apple more time to refine the device and ensures, that it's ready for the market, unlike Apple Intelligence. So, in anyways, this is a big move for Apple as they aim to strengthen their position in the, growing smart home market. Once again, are they a little late? Who knows? But by combining high quality audio with visual interaction with a visually interactive display, they'll create a more versatile and user friendly device. So you kind of have to imagine kind of controlling your entire home, taking calls, watching videos, and getting answers from the S word, because I activated mine earlier, all from one sleek device. It's all about making the Apple ecosystem even more cohesive and convenient, but the question still becomes, are they too late? So what do you think? Would you consider getting a HomePod with a display? Do you think this could replace devices like the Echo Show or the Nest Hub in your home? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to hear. I would like to buy it, but I can already see that this device could probably be in the $500 to $700 range. That's a little out of my range right now for a device like that. So the last thing we're going to cover is the TikTok ban. So starting January 19th, which is tomorrow, TikTok parent company ByteDance is required to stop U.S. operations or face a national ban. This mandate kind of stems from national security concerns, with the U.S. government worried about TikTok's data that could be accessed by the Chinese government. This decision was upheld in the Supreme Court. I just don't think that it would completely stop working as of tomorrow. It would be more of a type of scenario where it's no longer available for download in the App Store. Now, we don't know for sure. We'll have to wait till tomorrow and see what happens. But let's kind of talk about the ripple effect of the ban, like what it could affect, like, Apple and Google. So Apple and Google will have to remove TikTok from their app stores, and if they don't comply, they could face fines of up to $5,000 per user. Now, this makes me think, with this information that I looked at, it would be completely banned and you wouldn't be able to use it. But in previous bans where an app got banned or something like that, they just took it off the App Store, where you can't, if you already had it downloaded, you could continue to use it. But if you were to go try to download it, it wouldn't appear. So we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings about that. Amazon and Microsoft, it's not just the app stores. Companies like Amazon and Microsoft have been, in partnerships with TikTok, and so they could also face some sort of interruption. But this shows how deeply intertwined TikTok is with other industries, potentially not only affecting the people that have downloaded the app or the companies that run the app in their app stores, but other partnerships that we're not completely aware of. Now, let's not forget about the millions of users that TikTok has in the US. If the ban happens, those are likely to migrate to other apps. There is the app Red Note that a lot of people have migrated to. But once again, that's another Chinese-based app. So if they're going after TikTok, I don't see why they wouldn't go after this other app as well. But they might also migrate to, things like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. This could completely reshape the social media landscape, giving TikTok competitors a huge boost in user engagement. And it's a big opportunity for these platforms, but it also raises questions about what makes TikTok so unique and whether its users will find what they're looking for in these other platforms. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens. This whole situation kind of highlights the complex world that we live in, because it's a Chinese-based company that has a lot of popularity here in the United States. In any case, that pretty much wraps it up for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Jaden, thank you for joining that here at the end. Yeah, it is kind of sad that it might be gone, but let's wait and see what happens, right? It might not cease to stop. So just let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream.